Disclaimer. The video serves informational and entertainment purpose only. The content is considered speculative and should not be treated as confirmed fact. We encourage you to conduct your research and form your conclusion.
Did you hear what Pedro Pascal just said? After the final Fantastic Four trailer dropped, he opened up about the massive backlash he faced from Marvel fans. People were saying, he's too old. He's not right for Reed Richards. He needs to shave. And Pedro said, I am more aware of the disgruntlement around my casting than anything I've ever done. But here's the thing, this guy owned The Mandalorian, crushed it in The Last of Us. And now, Marvel's giving him the keys to the multiverse? Maybe it's time we stop judging actors before they speak a single line.
Pedro Pascal just hijacked Marvel's Fantastic Four press tour. And instead of selling us the next big superhero spectacle, he's giving us a political monologue straight out of a college campus rally. Forget movie hype. This is now a full-blown ideological infomercial. This isn't promotion. This is Marvel's funeral. And Pedro? He brought the shovel, the tombstone, and probably a live-streamed TED Talk to go with it. Once upon a time, getting cast in a Marvel movie meant something. It was like winning the Hollywood lottery, a ticket to billion-dollar box offices, and a fandom that adored you. But now, it's a cultural minefield. Step one wrong foot, say one wrong word, and boom. You're trending for all the wrong reasons before the trailer even drops. And Pedro Pascal? He's stepping in every landmine, then tweeting about how it's your fault for caring. Yes, Pedro, I have a hot take on everything. Pascal has taken Marvel's already controversial reboot of Fantastic Four and turned its marketing campaign into a personal political stage. Annoyed. And instead of talking about the character, the story, or why anyone should care about his take on Reed Richards, he's waxing poetic about identity politics, gender theory, and how America is just too backward to appreciate his genius. Buckle up. From the start, Pedro's casting as Reed Richards raised eyebrows. Not because he isn't talented, the man can act, but because he was such a bizarre fit. Reed Richards, aka Mr. Fantastic, is one of Marvel's most iconic, straight-laced science heroes, a blend of intellect, restraint, and old-school charm. Pedro's recent performances, while dynamic, scream intensity and brooding chaos, not calm genius with a lab coat. Fans hoped maybe the script would do the heavy lifting. Maybe there was a reason. Maybe this was going to be a bold, inspired reinvention that worked. But that hope didn't last long, because instead of focusing on proving himself in the role, Pedro went straight into activist mode on day one of press interviews. Rather than winning over skeptical fans with passion for the character or teasing a compelling vision, Pascal spent his interviews lecturing the audience. His thesis? That if you're confused or critical about his casting, you're either brainwashed, bigoted, or just plain ignorant. It wasn't coded language. He literally said fans need to read the comics if they don't understand why he's valid. But here's the kicker. Fans have read the comics. That's why they're confused. Instead of calming the controversy, Pedro poured gasoline on it, and Marvel just watched. Pedro Pascal is not just talking. He's laying out Marvel's strategy, and it's as messy as it is misguided. Gone are the days of big, bold trailers with swelling orchestras and emotional punches. Instead, we're in the era of cryptic statements about gender narratives and socially conscious storytelling, hidden like Easter eggs behind every interview. According to Pedro, the new Fantastic Four isn't just about cosmic rays and science. It's an anagram, a hidden puzzle that speaks to America's political decay. Yes, an anagram. Who thought turning one of the most beloved superhero teams into an ideological scavenger hunt was a good idea? Spoiler, not the fans. Worse, Pedro's claims reveal a deeper issue. Marvel knows fans are tired, but instead of changing direction, they're camouflaging it, soft-pedaling the message, burying it in subtext, hoping audiences won't notice. Pedro even admits it. Marvel's not removing the messaging, just watering it down. This isn't evolution. It's manipulation. Marvel fans aren't stupid. They've seen this playbook before. Cast controversially, double down, lecture the audience, and then blame the fans when it flops. But Pedro's playing a new hand. He's not waiting for the flop. He's pre-spinning it. In a now viral interview, Pedro blamed one side of the country and a certain administration for the backlash against the movie. That's right. Disagreeing with Fantastic Four now makes you a political pawn in a national culture war. You're not a concerned fan. You're part of a vast, right-wing conspiracy to tank Pedro's career. That mindset is dangerous, not just for marketing, but for fandom. Because once again, it pits the creators against the fans. It paints criticism as bigotry, disagreement as hate, and fans as the enemy. And Marvel? They're letting it happen. The political noise would be easier to stomach if the movie itself had promise. But everything behind the scenes screams chaos. From rumored script rewrites to creative reshuffling, gender-swapped characters, and last-minute cast changes, Fantastic Four seems like it's being built in real time by a focus group. Even iconic elements are under fire. The Thing reportedly won't say it's clobberin' time until the end of the movie, like Marvel has to earn it, as if honoring tradition is now problematic. That's the core issue. Every legacy moment is filtered through the ideological lens first. It's not about modernizing, it's about controlling, subverting, and slowly erasing everything that made these characters matter. Marvel isn't just losing fans, it's bleeding money. Phase 4 and 5 have been box office minefields. Merch sales, down, Disney Plus engagement, plummeting, and social media is flooded with memes mocking Marvel's decline. This isn't an isolated flop, it's a trend, and Pedro Pascal's press tour is accelerating it. His words are alienating, his tone combative, and his message? Clear. This movie isn't for you, it's for the movement. But movement doesn't pay the bills. Fans do, and they're walking away. There's a bigger picture here. Pedro Pascal isn't the problem. He's the product of the current Hollywood machine, one where self-righteousness replaces humility, and ideological commitment outweighs storytelling, where press tours sound like campaign speeches and the fan base is treated like a problem to be solved. That mindset is poisoning everything it touches. Not just Fantastic Four, but the very idea of fandom. You're no longer a participant. You're a target, a potential villain if you ask the wrong questions. It's not sustainable. And that's the tragedy, because fans wanted this reboot to work. They wanted the MCU to find its footing again. There's so much love for the Fantastic Four legacy, but Marvel keeps fumbling it, not because they don't know how to tell great stories, but because they're obsessed with telling the right kind of stories. You don't build icons by checking boxes. You do it by respecting legacy, trusting audiences, and creating characters who stand for more than whatever trend is popular that month. Pedro could have been part of that. He still could be, but not like this. Now picture this. Opening weekend, empty seats, Rotten Tomatoes tanks, social media shrugs. The once great franchise limps into history, blamed not for its storytelling failures, but for fan toxicity. Pedro will do more interviews. He'll double down. Marvel will blame algorithms, racism, even the moon cycle, anything but their own decisions. And fans? They'll move on, not with anger, not with noise, but with silence. And that silence? That's how you know the magic is gone. Marvel still has a choice, but time is running out. So what do you think? Is Pedro Pascal already dragging Fantastic Four off a cliff before the trailer even drops? Is Marvel too far gone, or can it still be saved? Drop your thoughts below. Smash that like button if you're tired of Hollywood treating fans like enemies. Hit subscribe for more breakdowns just like this. Because if you thought this mess was bad, wait until we get to what's coming next. This has been another Woke Watch Deep Dive. Stay sharp and stay loud. Peace.